Everybody knows that it's worse to live in the present than it was in the past. Climate change, AI slop, ruined attention spans, collapsing infrastructure, gas prices, grocery prices, housing prices, video game prices, stock prices. But is that really true? Maybe the past was worse for a bunch of reasons nobody remembers anymore. See, the problem is that it's hard to find out because time only moves in one stupid direction. Well, I've heard it said the past is a foreign country, like England or China or Bangladesh. But to visit those countries and learn what's going on there would cost us a load of money for a plane and a passport and a hotel room, whereas to visit the past, all we need to do is load up the 2016 video game Watch Dogs 2, and bing bang boom, here we are. Watch Dogs 2 takes place in the non-fictional town of San Francisco, which was once known for having tons of cool stuff like homosexuals and LSD, and is now known for having loads of bad stuff like guys who wear quarter zips and keep making computers more expensive. But 10 years ago, when the world was young, things were completely different. Yeah, there were still most of those same guys in quarter zips, but there was also different TV shows and slightly different stuff on the internet. So let's look around 2016 and make a list of everything that's better or worse than it is today. And together, let's finally determine whether the past really is better than the present. Alright, so our first mission is to buy clothing. We're outside Mustache and Vine, which I think might have been the official clothing brand of Mumford & Sons. Who, if you don't know who that is, that was like the Beatles of the 2010s. You couldn't go 5 feet without hearing them. It was like John and Ringo and George and Greg. Alright, let's check out what the kind of top people were wearing at the time. A buttoned-up microbrew, flannel-topped lumbersexual. Lumbersexual was before they invented all the new types of sexualities, like demisexual or like bisexual. I don't think either of those were invented till like 2021. It was lumbersexual and pansexual. That was all we had. Oh, the Pizza Steve sweater. This is millennial comedy. You would watch an episode of Community and you would buy a Pizza Steve sweater for $649. Ooh, we got a Shiba Inu shirt. This was before Dogecoin, so everybody still liked Shiba Inu because they hadn't lost all their fortune on it. Which I personally did. Okay, for pants, we've got cargo shorts, and we've got skinny jeans. This isn't accurate because they would have only sold black skinny jeans. It's ridiculous that there are other colors. Oh, the trendy jeans crotch huggers. People are always wondering why famous anti-Semite Kanye West was famous. They aren't sure why. It's because he was the first guy to wear skinny jeans. And that was big in 2010's culture. Okay, now we're properly fitted up like it's 2016. I wouldn't say it's any better or worse, because you know what? Fashion's timeless. Oh, they've got a bookstore here. If you don't know what a bookstore is, that's like before there was short-form video. They didn't have the technology, so they would just write all this stuff down, and then they would like put it on paper. Because they didn't have good phones yet. I mean, they had phones, but they weren't very good, so it was like easier to put them on paper. Sucks, obviously. Okay, before we start exploring, I need to go meet my new friends from the ISIS video. I'm having a bit of trouble getting there because traffic laws were a lot stricter in 2016 than I remember. Guys, I have diplomatic immunity. I'm from the future. Alright, now we're gonna go hang out with our boys.
Yo!
Every friend group used to have one girl, one guy who was in Daft Punk, one autistic guy, and one really cool guy. Also the other guy who was also really cool. Alright, let's catch the vibe of this place before we head out. $120,000 art degree. Draws faces in latte foam. That's very rude. We are the 99. That's a classic reference to the Occupy Wall Street movement, which was a dream, a beautiful dream, in which if you kind of hung out on a street for a while, that would make maybe like the stock market change, and it almost worked.
Ho ho! Did Luke ride on Yoda's back? I think not.
This was before they invented Grogu, so you had to be into Yoda, even though he's an adult, which sucks. But now we have Grogu's, that's way better. Alright, I've had a great time with my hacker friends, but it's time to explore the world. Alright, here we are, San Francisco, 2016. The world is our oyster. First, let's start with lunch pail issues. Let's see how much money everyone's making. Let's just run around and see. Building cleaner, $66K. Okay, we're starting off with a great salary for a building cleaner, though his rent is probably like $5,000 a month. Well, this guy's a pizza delivery driver that makes $80,000 a year. The economy used to be so good. This stripper is making $58,000 a year. You just become a pizza delivery driver. That's like $20,000 more. In a polytriad. We hadn't invented the word polycool yet. Informant. They make $87,000 a year. What are they informing on? They're polytriad? That's crazy. This guy's a rat. He's in a threesome and he's a rat. Oh my god. Attendant school in Portland. That's embarrassing. Escort that makes $81,000 a year. Escort and pizza driver, that's like about the same. Gallery owner, $70,000 a year. School nurse, $78,000. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Senior software engineers making $82K. Man, everybody made the exact same amount of money back then. Doesn't matter if you were a stripper or a software engineer, baby. You're making between $70,000 to $80,000. Okay, so that's how much money everybody's making right now, but here's the other side of the coin. How much does everything cost? Okay, we found ourselves at a fancy restaurant. Let's see how much a dinner costs in 2016. So for half of a lobster, clams, mussels over linguine, with a choice of sauce, red, I don't know, I'm not Italian, sorry, scampi, pesto, or giacomo. That's $20. So it's like $20 for half a lobster. I don't know. That seems that's cheap. That would definitely be like $30 now. Probably like $35. Homemade fusilli with the lobster meat and shrimp in the giacomo or frita sauce, $26. Okay. Burrata cream filled with fresh mozzarella balls over sliced tomatoes with basil and olive oil, $10. That's a fair price for an appetizer, even in 2026. That's not that much cheaper. Roasted red pepper gnocchi with chicken, mushrooms, and baby spinach. No need to say baby spinach. That's just something they say in the store. You don't need to say that. In tomato mascarpone cheese sauce, $16. Dessert, Tuscany's own tiramisu. Alternating layers of ladyfingers soaked in coffee liqueur, espresso, mascarpone cheese, and dusted with cocoa. $6. That is so cheap. What the hell? You're getting a tiramisu at a restaurant for $6? What a beautiful world we used to live in. Though I will say the restaurant is Blick's Ice Cream, which is not what I would normally say is a very classy establishment. Okay, here's a list of how much coffee costs at Orange Cuisine. Welcome to Peru Delight Coffee. We can buy espresso for $10 US. Okay, but a cappuccino is also $10 US. Cafe latte, which is just as coffee latte, all right, is $5 US. I don't know how that makes sense. A coffee mocha is $15 US. I mean, chocolate by that logic costs $10. Colombian coffee, $10 US. Hazelnut latte, $8.5 US. Espresso macchiato, $7. Quovo penne, I don't know what that is, $6. Specialty coffee, $10 US. Irish coffee, $10 US. Decaffeinated roasted coffee, $8 US. Folks, I gotta say, the coffee prices back then, way worse. I don't know what's happened in the coffee economy, but that is horrible. Imagine you go somewhere and you order an espresso and it says $10. And you're like, all right, sweet, I'm gonna get a mocha then. $15. You're like, okay, fuck it, I'll get a latte. Yeah, it's $5. You're like, okay, I can have a latte, but I'll just take out the milk? They're like, no. Okay, we can see the price of gas is $2.75 a gallon. You can tell the Strait of Hormuz is still open back then. Okay, we've learned a lot about 2016 when it comes to the hard numbers. But we all know life is about, a lot more than money. It's about the vibe, man. So let's go outside and just see, how people are hanging out. Are they getting along? What's the vibe like out there? Let's go talk to people. All right, let's check out the vibe in the beautiful seaside here in Marin County. Look at this. We got flags of every country. We got a drunk guy. We got love. Not a phone in sight. Except for hers. Not a single phone except for one in sight. Beautiful. People are smoking cigs instead of vaping. Amazing. It's worth for your health, but it's better for the vibe. And it makes your clothes smell really good, too. Oh, yeah, party. Nobody lives like this anymore. Nobody's just getting diggity down with 3D glasses on anymore. To just one great guy playing one of those Elvis guitars. Oh, work it. Sorry, fucked up her vibe.
Some people are just begging to be turned into memes.
Some people are just begging to be turned into memes. Okay, here's a real blast from the past. We've got the gay flag with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. Only 6 colors. That's scandalous. The current one has like, I don't know, 15? That's minimum. That's way worse. This is how people used to text. OMG, 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 what? What's going on? Nothing. Just seeing if you're paying attention. Tessa. You have anxious attachment, which is not going to lead you to having very good relationships, FYI. Even though you're the president of revenue and a gun collector. Just careful. You're going to get too anxious and you're going to use that gun to shoot your boyfriend. Oh, another nice, beautiful playground. Not a child in sight. That's how good the world used to be. None of these dirty little children stinking up the playground. Me and all my adult friends can just hang out. Nowadays, I feel like when you go to a playground, there's way too many children. It's like, what are you guys all doing here? You know, I'm like, it's my turn. And their dumb parents are always like, no, you know, like, you're too big. You know, you're not allowed there. Like, I'm calling the police. Finally, I can fulfill my fantasy, which you're not allowed to do anymore in 2026. The problem is that all millennials, who back then in 2016 were having a good time and being cool, and wearing dope shirts, wearing skinny jeans, they all got lame after 2020 and had kids.
Man, fuck that noise. It's a drone race, man. Yeah, it's like NASCAR meets Star Wars, man. You strap on some crazy goggles and you see through the drone's camera. It's like you're flying, bro. And then you fly past yourself. The shit is tripping, baller. Come on.
Oh my god, they still have a phone booth. Is this like 1992? What's going on? Build community, not condos. This stinks of NIMBYism. Back then, punks were NIMBYs. There was like an HR guy making $150,000 a year, just spray painting in beautiful cursive. Build communities, not condos. Nowadays, you'd be spray painting, build condos, not communities. I don't give a fuck about community. Make my rent lower, bitch.
If you want deets on where the car is at, better have something juicy for me.
Like Jimmy Siska and pop star Nelly Shire?
They are banging. I knew it. Hella cool. Coolosity.
Whoa. We used to have 45-year-old white guys with man
All right.
buns.
I sent you the GPS of the car's route.
Coolosity. Not so fast, cracker. That's for spreading revenge porn, which we don't allow anymore in 2026. But I guess you thought was cool. Plus you're using AAVE, which we said is not okay. Alright, the present and the past are looking pretty tied up right now. It's looking like 2016 and 2026 are both, you know, interesting times to be alive, but maybe not better or worse than each other. But there's one final issue. We all know that there's something a little more important than the economy, something a little more important than the vibe of the world, and that's mental health. And what causes mental health? We all know it's how many chemtrails there are in the sky at any one time. So the deciding vote is how many chemtrails there are right now, IRL, and how many there are right now in the beautiful world of 2016. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. I've lost count. 13. There's between 10 and 15 chemtrails in the sky right now in 2016. All right, let's compare to today. All right, it's a gorgeous, sunny afternoon here in Seattle, Washington. Clear skies, perfect to launch a spaceship, airplane, or to spread dangerous chemicals to endanger our mental health, as we all know is happening. And clear skies, so it's time to find out. And as you can see, not a chemtrail in sight. Just blue, slightly cloudy skies as far as the eye can see. One aeroplane, which could be up to no good. As far as chemtrails, 0. So we can finally conclude today, in fact, far better than 2016 for one important reason. Who didn't thunk? Okay, thanks for joining me on this great investigation. I would say we've conclusively proved that, though it was a tight competition, today does edge out the past. So take off those rose-tinted glasses and live in the present. Because, 2016 does have some amazing stuff. Doesn't mean everything. Today's pretty good too. Check it out. Go outside and make a friend.
Pokemon go to the polls.
Tell that friend to play Watch Dogs 2. Get on Watch Dogs 2. Kill your friend. Betray your friend. Lose a friend. Go outside and make another friend. Introduce them to each other. Set them up, blind date. Show up, ruin the date. Uh-oh, now you have 2 enemies. Your life just got a lot more interesting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Final tally is 6-7. Kids, say it with me.